Hi, welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful week and you're ready for another talk. Let's continue our trip to Portugal, and today we visit Estremadura. So stick around. Let's talk. So let's start our trip through Estremadura. Let's go. Estremadura is definitely one of those regions that you find seafood all around because it's all along the coast. So you have all these seafood. It is situated in the center of the country, all along the coast. The capital is Lisbon, where I was born, and lived until I was 30 years of age. So lots of memories also from Lisbon. But there's also other cities, other towns that are so interesting to visit in this region, such as Nazaré, um, such as Batalha, such as Óbidos, which is a very, very, very picturesque city or town surrounded by the city walls, and it looks like it was frozen in time. It's a full-on medieval town, and it's amazing. There's all these sorts of events happening there, and it's definitely worth visiting. Uh, but we are here today to talk about the food, and tradition being tradition, we start with bacalhau à Brás. Bacalhau à Brás is one of those dishes that became one of the favorites along from north to south, and it's a very simple dish to do, and it is sometimes with leftover cod, um, but obviously you can make it from scratch. You have to pre-cook your cod, and then take all the bones and skins and shred it. Uh, Not very, just with little pieces of cod. And then in a pan, you put olive oil, of course, plenty of olive oil. There is no Portuguese cooking without olive oil. Garlic, because again, codfish and garlic match made in heaven. Um, Salt, pepper, of course, and then you cut onion into rounds, and you just let your onion become translucent, um, and then you put your cod. Then you mix potatoes. Usually, they use these very thinly cut potatoes. It's like they even call it, the literal translation is straw potatoes, because they're not soldiers like the French fries. They just really thinly cut, small little pieces of potato, really thinly cut, and that's it looks like pieces of straw, so they call it straw potatoes, and they fried. But if you don't really want to do it like that, you can just do the normal fries, the normal soldiers, and do it with that. I've always done it like that, and it's amazing. So I don't think it jeopardizes the dish whatsoever if you do it that way. So after you mix your cod into the olive oil and onion once it is translucent, you mix your potatoes, and in the end you mix your eggs. You beat some eggs, you mix it all up. In the end, you put lots of parsley, black olives, and it's an amazing dish for a midweek dinner. Who knows? It's really nice. Another very, very traditional dish from this region, but also become a really national dish if you want. It's rissóis or rissels, and it's made traditionally with prawns, but now there's all these varieties with meat. So you can have beef, you can have even suckling pig, you can put egg, you can do rissels with whatever you like. The possibilities are endless, and they are very simple. The only thing is a little bit time consuming because you have to prepare the dough, and then the filling, and the filling is done. Obviously, I'm going to say the prawns, you have to do it with prawns, and then use the water where you boiled your prawns. Please always use good prawns. Good ingredients make great dishes. And then you do your filling with the flour and the water where you cook your prawns. Um, Lots of parsley, and you create that creamy filling. You put the filling into your dough with into the whole prawn there. You put the prawn, and then you cut it in a way that you get a half moon shape, and you pass it through one egg, and then through breadcrumbs. You fried it, and it's amazing. Now, if you want, there's even people that have already started putting it in the oven, and they say it's also good. I've never tried it, I must admit. Another one that is very, very popular is the fisherman's stew, caldeirada à moda de Nazaré, which is from Nazaré, one of these towns, coastal towns. I must admit, and being born in Lisbon, it is very popular in Lisbon, and I think all of these coastal towns have their own recipe. And basically, you get your catch of the day, you cut your fish in pieces, you cut capsicum in little stripes, you cut your potatoes in little rounds, in you know thick slices, um, and onion and all of this you put in a pot in layers, you let it cook, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. Obviously lots of parsley, white wine, etc. Then you have another one that I have already mentioned in another video, and it's very popular as well, and it's called peixinhos da horta, which translated would be little fishes of your garden, of your vegetable garden. I know it doesn't make sense, but it will make in a second. Um, in the olden days, obviously, food wasn't widely available, especially protein. So people tried to create or be creative. I think that happened in every country, and create things that would mentally remind them, or give them that notion of protein or something like that. So what it is green beans that are passed through a butter and then fried just like you would uh, fry a fish, and then you can serve it with whatever you want. You can eat it as a snack, or you can eat it with the rice. You can do whatever you want with it, and it's really nice. Then it's one of those things that is very, very, very popular in Lisbon. And for those who love coffee, just like myself, this is a dish to go, which is beef à café. I must say that beef, it's like an adaptation from the English word beef, but when we say beef in English, we refer to the animal beef. Um, Here in Portugal, they refer to beef to what we actually call steak. So it's steak in a coffee sauce. So you fry your steak, you season your steak, you fry your steak, and then you create a sauce with coffee and cream and all these ingredients, and it comes with that luscious sauce, and it's really nice with your fried potatoes, homemade fried potatoes, and it's really nice and very popular in Lisbon. Now, I know the sweet tooth must be thinking she hasn't mentioned anything sweet, but there is. And one of the most popular desserts for example, in Lisbon, and I know my mom used to make them all the time. It's called farofias, and it's actually made with egg whites. It's like a meringue per se. What you do, you just beat up your egg whites with sugar until you get a meringue, and then you take spoons of that meringue and you cook it in milk. You put it in a serving tray, and then you use the milk that where you cooked that meringue, and you can buy you can add cocoa, or you can do whatever. And another, for example, my mom, the way my mom used to make them, she would buy one of those instant puddings. Uh, They come in so many flavors. She usually use vanilla, and she would make the pudding with that milk, and then go and put that pudding mix on top of the farofis. You can also do a custard, and then put cinnamon on top, and it was delicious. Um, and there's another thing that is called bolo rei, or or king cake, which is a fruit cake that is very traditional on Christmas. Um, I'm sure if you have been in Portugal in Christmas time, you have seen them everywhere, and it's a cake where you see all these crystallized fruits on top, and it has all these fruits, and it's very popular in Christmas time. So I hope you really enjoyed our trip through Extremadura. And that's all for today. I hope you really enjoyed our trip through Extremadura. But if you are there and, like me, you are from Extremadura and you're very upset because I forgot something um, from our region, please let me know. Or if you have any questions about any of the dishes that I've spoken about, or any other suggestions and all, please feel free to leave a comment. I always love a good discussion. Please leave a like. Why not? The YouTube algorithm and all that story. And subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you get a notification of a talk every week. Before I go, I would like to wish you all a very good week. See you next time. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.